be a little delay, a little moment. Let's look at this wig. Not me. Not me. I'm not sick of it. Told y'all niggas I'm on the spectrum. I like what I like. Until it stops making me look like T-Boz, Holly Berry, and me with a bob. Yeah, I don't. I think y'all gonna keep seeing it. Look at. Oh yeah, my family pack. Okay. Just got done walking the dog. Got the. Still got Brucey. Still got the dog. Still got the dog bags in there. Let me see. What is that? Is that knees? No, diet. Okay. And it's probably gonna show. Okay. I don't know about this angle. Okay. Let me see. Do a little church lady, get one of them little blankets or something. I guess I don't need to. I'm just okay. You know, y'all know me. Hey, 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 what to do, love those. It's your girl Indigo. If you don't know, now you know. This is your first time, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. My goal is always to be in and out because life is life, and you know what I'm saying. Even when we stop the stream of consciousness to share what we, share because we care and all that stuff. The ones that do care, work as a light workers, chosen ones, blah blah blah, whatever label they're gonna come up with in the next, I don't know, few months. I have no idea, but it is not for me to know. It's just for me to grow and show what's been working for me and also what I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? We're all works in progress, but each one reach one, teach one. You got something. If you're 10, you got something you can teach a 5-year old. Just age wise, it don't always go that way. Maturity and all that stuff. But yeah, just jumping on real quick. It's always real quick. The goal is always real quick, right? Okay. So so Caroline's been cooking in the kitchen. Okay, good amount of stuff has been marinating. In the past week, I've been going through my own life transitions, which I assume the collective in general is going through. This is the ninth month. We just got out of August. August was sending. I don't know. If anything, like August was loopy, wasn't it? Wasn't August was Fruit Loopy, wasn't it? Fruit Loops. Okay. But it's doing what you need to do and everything like that. You diving through them hoops, diving through them what's it called? How the circus has the rings, and jumping through the rings and everything, and making it through the fire rings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You get to put applause at the end. You land on the thing. You're a gymnast. You land. Get a and you know what I'm saying? You gotta go through the flip and dip to get the results, get the accolades and everything like that. No glory without no glory or story without getting gory. You know what I'm saying? You can't get a story or glory without a little glory. And sometimes that part is in the training season and stuff like that. But I digress. If you have eyes to see it, ears to hear, that's the type of that's the type of uh that's the type of alignment messaging that I have and stuff like that. And I've in the past few months definitely have been it's been more unmasking and stuff like that. Definitely have been gratified to start meeting like-minded individuals and stuff like that. Like energy, maybe not minded per se, but energy. Minded. It seems like the people have to agree with you, and I don't need no one to agree with me. I got me and Jesus, and as long as I'm aligned with Jesus, or my Lord and Savior and stuff like that, then because anybody can say God. There's all types of gods, little G's and everything like that. So I don't even go off of that no more. Can't go off of that no more. Don't pray with people, and and come to find out they praying again for your downfall. It's the craziest thing. So, anyways, I digress. Okay, we 4 minutes in. Okay, cool beans. So yeah. So like I said, just going through the loops and dupes, fruit loops of August, and then now we're into September. Your girl had a birthday, 9/2/29. It was a portal day. 9 and 2 is 11. Two is decisions to be made. Always make the one that's gonna take you to your highest self and your best version and stuff like that. I don't know about these knees, bro. Let me get a little closer. Let me get a little more intimate. Let me get a little more intimate. Um, and everything. And ain't the sun doing its thing? Just doing its thing. Hopefully it translates well and stuff. I have no idea, but it does feel good. Hmm. So yeah, it's doing its thing. So real quick, right? We're 5 minutes in. Real quick, real quick. Um, so yeah, so in the past, like I don't know, I guess it's been 2 weeks since I went live last time, but so many things. Like I said, had a birthday today. Is Miss Nehemiah's birthday, my daughter. She'll be turning 7 today, yay, and everything. I'm a sign of God, but the astrologically, I guess we'll be showing up as a Virgo. We got two Virgos in the house and stuff like that, so that comes with its own things and everything, personality wise and everything. Um, and yeah, it's my special girl's day and stuff. So thus I'm up and ready, and gotta be, I gotta put the show on. You know what I'm saying? Gotta put the show on because she deserves it. She's my road dog and everything. Um, Lord have mercy, went through another tangent. I do tangents. This is your first time I do tangents and stuff like that. Um, yes, with the messaging, right? With the message, let me jump in. Let me focus. Let me laser in with the messaging, right? It's interesting because divine alignment is the best. Like divine alignment, it doesn't matter. You can feel like you're running late, but divine timing is always on time. That's the thing because it's like overarching and it's from infinity to infinity. One side of infinity to the other side of infinity. If infinity even has sides, conceptually wise and everything, but it goes from end to end. So it has a storyline from end to end, just like a finished book. You know what I'm saying? The book is finished. It's binded and everything, and then from the beginning from the cover to the back of the book, it should be one cohesive story, and that's just what we're all living. You know what I'm saying? We each have our own amount of pages and stuff like that to contribute to the story and everything. Some of us thicker than a snicker for the plot. You know what I'm saying? And everything, and everybody has their roles and positions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, yeah, so divine timing is always on time. That's what I'm finding as far as my lived experience and just intuition wise and everything like that. So I could say that I've been wanting to put out messages and then could running late and stuff like that, but really it's all together now because right now I have three cohesive, three sequential things that I'm just going to talk about, put them out here, hopefully 10 to 15 minutes, and, move on with the day, you know what I'm saying? Birthday stuff, right? So the crispy little cookie would be considered the just in case takes up space, and then flipping the script would be like literally today, and then cheers to new chapters would be what's to maybe this time what's to come, you know what I'm saying? And what is the word? Yeah. Crispy little cookie, saving space, wait, just in case it takes up space, um, flipping the script, and cheers to new chapters, right? All concepts that I've already like kind of touched on the past few years because they're cycles. Time is secular. It's not linear as we like to think. Honestly, the clock is circle. They're getting rid of the circle clocks and everything like that. And just because they say people can't read them, I don't know why we can't just teach people time. It's so weird, but I guess so. Yeah, weird. And people should also need to know how to use sundials because the sun ain't going nowhere no time soon. But if we run out of batteries, your phone can't tell you no daggone time and everything. But I guess I'm not making the big decisions. So just in case takes up space. So that's something that hit me a little bit ago, like within the past 2 weeks and everything like that. And an interesting little download because I mean yeah it makes sense when you think about it and stuff just in case for everyone, every culture is different, everybody's different as far as like personality wise and their capacity to hold on to things, and people's sentimental value that they put into things. You know what I'm saying? Some people keep things just because it reminds them of a certain day and everything like that, and sentimental value, type of thing. But sentimentality takes up space, in general, like realistically, you know what I'm saying? Being sentimental over good times and times that have occurred and happened, and just on a realistic standpoint. Not, like obviously we're human, and it's just like, you want to remember your day at the fair, so many years ago, the time you had with the cotton candy and the funnel cake. And if you haven't had this experience, align it with what would be what would be similar. Um, but what is the word? Yeah. Birthdays. You know what I'm saying? We all have like holidays and times, family times, romantic times. Just that times that were like so so perfect in the moment that they were, and in the company that you were keeping, and even if it was just time with yourself. Honestly, more people should have some sentimental time with themselves. But then maybe they wouldn't put so much stock in having other people around. Maybe just putting it out there. But yeah. So then you want to keep like the popcorn bag from that day at the fair. You know what I'm saying? And you're holding on to this popcorn bag for years. It's gathering dust. It's a memento of the time, but the time has passed, and the only thing you're dragging from that time is a piece of it, physical piece of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's deteriorating because the 3D does deteriorate. In the time and space quantum realm that we have and everything like that. It's just what we sign up for and everything. So and I mean, and honestly, memory may fade. Depending on when, depending on how. A lot of other different factors. You know what I'm saying? And everything, and then, like, the moment itself was a snapshot of of feelings and emotions, and just like everything coalescing into that moment. It would be better in general, I would think, to just hold on to the moment versus anything per se tangible. That would just be me. That's pretty that's pretty I don't know. I don't want to say high level or whatever, but you know what I'm saying. That's just out there. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. And everything. A lot of people not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of it is ego based. You know what I'm saying? If I get rid of this popcorn bag from the fair day, then I might forget. You know what I'm saying? It kind of defies logic a little bit. That's why I said it's in the sentimental realm, and everything like that. Dimension maybe. I'm not sure. It's more more feelings, emotions, and everything like that. It's like yeah, it's taking up space. You know what I'm saying? Like the popcorn bag is taking up physical space. Like trying to drag the moment with you, and then comparing that moment to every moment after that is taking up space and everything. Then also too culturally, like there we have like a just in case drawer, or you have like that little tin with all the little things in it and everything like that, just building up over time, just in case you need this piece of thread or this button, or this what have you, whatever is in that little case that you keep, that you might need just in case. And I was a Girl Scout and everything for about 3 days, so I like to be prepared and everything. How they do it, prepared. I don't know, I forgot how they did it, but it was like 3 days. But so I believe in being prepared. Absolutely, absolutely. But you also have to be led, also too, with that overarching, theme, divine timing of, okay, now it's time. It's a ebb and a flow. You're not supposed to drag everything to every chapter with you. Like, some stuff is supposed to go in the chapter with you, and some stuff you get left behind. And you need your intuition and discernment to know what to take with you. Moving forward. Like, some stuff just has to get left behind. Especially when you're going through the eye of the needle, you can't take everything with you. You know what I'm saying? So it takes up space, and that's how we end up with going from the tin to the drawer to baggage. Baggage that you're trying to drag with you, and you're trying to compare everything that you're encountering and that you could encounter with what has happened in the past, what has occurred in the past. And and to a certain degree, that does kind of does kind of like uh the you know I don't know about sanctity maybe, but like just the juice of the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like the juice of the moment is within that moment. You know, you can think back to the moment, but just let it be encompassed in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a man, you know, but it's like when you take it a step further, like, oh man, I want another day like that, or you know, comparing it to what could happen, it kind of shortcuts the ability to have similar moments, but just in their own right time, and an ability to like you know meet that content, you know, sense of contentment and everything like that. Hopefully that makes sense. So you know, just in case takes up space. Another thing with that, and I'll leave it alone. Is like you know like with relationships and stuff like that, like you know a lot of people have like you know backups, you know, or relationships on the back burner, just in case like you know like whatever their first choice is, or you know like a lot of people do it. It's kind of common practice and stuff. Not everybody, you know, so coming on and be like I don't do that and stuff, that's good, that's healthy, that's a healthy approach. There's healthy approaches and there's unhealthy approaches to things, and if you're on the healthy side, you know, stay there. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? And if you're on the unhealthy side, you know, just, I mean, whenever you're ready to acknowledge it and do, you know, do better than that, then okay, there's a healthy side to be on. But for the, you know, for the unhealthy approaches, you know, and everything, not going in situations, uh, reserving a portion or percentage of yourself and comparing, you know, what's in front of you with what's, you know, what you've already experienced, you know. And it, again, this defies logic. Like honestly, just in case, in general, I think just defies logic a little bit as far as like being healthy and moving forward. You know, in a whole healthy healed, you know, capacity, like we like to talk about and stuff like that. Like when you try to drag things with you into the next chapter or the next space, it just takes up space for what you could be enjoying fully in front of you. And if that thing can't be enjoyed fully, then you really don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like a shortchanging of yourself. But yeah, people tend to have like backups in your relationships, and you know making pacts with you know friends and stuff like that. And this is not you know not judgment or whatever way, you know, speaking from like you know speaking from experience as well. Like it's just like you know it's just something that I guess people do when they're not fully emotionally available, or they have like you know issues surrounding commitment and everything like that. You just tend to just have like, but the thing is that backup is stopping you from actually 100% giving, you know, giving it. I mean, it really is it really is a sabotage for anything you might want to do. So, you know, like you'll be in a, you know, and this is specifically relationship wise. I don't really know if you could do it with jobs. You really can't kind of do it with jobs and stuff like that or other things, but definitely in relationships, like people put people as placeholders for, it's just like, oh, if this relationship doesn't work out, I always have so and so. And it's like that's kind of, it's abusive because it's like, you know what I'm saying, you have this tie with someone or something that you're not to giving 100% to, that is not for whatever reason able to give 100% to you, and then you're in a actual committed situation not giving 100% because you have this percentage reserved for this situation over here. So you know what I'm saying, already like shortchanging your ability to have a healthy connection moving forward with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And a lot, especially, I don't know, in other cultures or countries or whatever, but a lot of people in America and the States, you know, I guess it's culturally, it's done. I don't know. But, and we also have high divorce rates and whatnot. I know, though, you know, them type of things. Like I could be saying what I'm saying, but I'm just like, then there's statistics. You know what I'm saying? Like to back it up, where it's like you go into a marriage and the person that you really want to be with, or would you know would fit all your marks, except that the romantic part just kind of doesn't work for y'all or whatever. Um, they're sitting in like the front row of the you know of the wedding and stuff like it's crazy, or the back row, third row, last table. They're there, you know what I'm saying? They're there, and everyone's wondering who actually knows and everything like that. Are they gonna stand up? And it's like, you know, no, people are gonna be messy. So, you know, so just in case takes us, so all of that, just, you know, I use like different examples just in case, you know, something happens. Like, and even so, even if it is like a preparedness pack or emergency pack or something like that, that pack has to be somewhere. It has to be a designated space where you can grab it easily in case of an emergency, and then hopefully it has everything in it. Like in general, even with even like that, what I'm saying. There's even upkeep with that. Like you can't just put a bunch of stuff for emergency in a bag and just leave it. Like you also have to like periodically check it, make sure that the stuff's not expired, make sure that it's still helpful, make sure what I'm saying. So if you're not even checking in with the thing that's taking up space, then it's really just collecting dust. And when it comes time for it, even in the idea of the relationship type of thing, like you have this person on the back burner and you're not giving 100%, you're sabotaging the relationship that you're in currently, and then let's say that eventually falls apart, and I would say inevitably, what I'm saying, because you're not giving your best, so how can you expect something you're not giving? And then you go for your fallback person and they're already in a happy relationship, married and stuff like that, what I'm saying, or whatever, because you didn't check in with them. You was, what I'm saying, you just had it in the back of your mind that they would always wait for you. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like if you're not checking in, if you're not upkeep, if you're not keeping it up to date, if you're not giving it energy, then that thing really can just, just not be there in case that you've been keeping it for, in the case that you've been keeping it for, what I'm saying? So a lot of times it really is irrational and not helpful, and self sabotaging. So it's just like it takes this is just a reminder as far as an actionable thing, to just take stock of things that you are allowing to take up space, that may not necessarily need to go into the next chapter with you, may be taking up energy from you from actually just like effectively moving forward, and being more efficient, and yeah. And so okay, and then so the next thing is flipping the script. So tonight we have it's September 7th, 2025. I guess I'll go ahead and date it, and everything. But yeah. So tonight we have a full moon in Pisces, sign of Pisces, and it's supposed to be another eclipse. Our last one was an eclipse. That one was a doozy. I've been feeling this one for like the past week or so. It's it is what it is, energetically, and and for whatever it's worth, like I do believe that it's going to come with, or to be a catalyst to a flip script, and if that's good news to you, it definitely is good news to me, and everything. But so yeah, flipping the script. I'm not gonna dwell on this too much, because it's like right now, happening right now. So that's when stuff is happening right now, it's kind of always, you're living it, so it's kind of hard to like talk about it. But yeah, expect things to flip. If they've been going one way, expect them to go the other way. You know what I'm saying? This year, 2025, it's been a fruit of a loop. It's been a loop of a fruit. It's been a doozy and all that good stuff. And so now we have what, September, October, November, December. We have 4 months. We have a quarter of the year left and everything. And technically, and around this time, technically, I'm like, the next year has already started. Like the people who are like already in their jam, they're already planning for next year and stuff like that at this juncture. But if you're not in your jam, and everything like that, you got 4 months to get in there, kick it off and everything like that. I mean, the calendar years, for what they're worth, they have, they have meaning, what I'm saying, as far as just like, I mean, we're all kind of on that same timeline as far as the calendar goes, but energetically, doesn't necessarily, I don't know. We're not gonna get into that, but anyways, flipping the script, right? So just expect it to flip. I'm not gonna dwell on that too much. I mean, it is what it is. Whatever's been happening, flip it. Take a coin, flip your hat, throw it in the air. Expect reinforcements to come out of nowhere. Flip it. You know what I'm saying? Flip it. And everything. Flip it down to the left of the air. She helps us here to the air. Well, she helps us down to the air. That's my impression of the Missy Elliott song. She informs me to the air. Um, so yeah, that's that. And then so, cheers to new chapters. Moving on. Look, the transition is the transition, right? Cheers, new chapters. Moving on. So, yeah, like I just said, we have 4 months left. Next year is pretty much started yesterday, and everything. I got one more kid's birthday this year. Then my other kid is, in March, and everything. So one more this year, this month actually, and everything. We got 3 birthdays in September in my little tribe, and man, flipping the script. Can't. Oh man, I can taste it. So this part's gonna be fun for me because I, I can, energetically, it's succulent, it's sweet, it's tasty. It's 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 gonna be a good time. You know what I'm saying? The one thing about being like a light worker, whatever, wherever, whatever I chose before I got here, whatever small print that I read or did not read, you know what I'm saying? The hard one, it's signed up for the strongest soldiers package and everything like that, and everything. Woohoo! Spirit strong. All right, let's go. It's sarcasm is I grew up watching a lot of like Maud, the Golden Girls. Like I watched all that stuff. I watched all that stuff way too young. So the sarcasm is just in my genes. It's in my genetics, but my DNA. But yeah, no, it's yeah, man. I mean, okay. So the thing about being a light worker is a lot of times we're fighting hidden battles that nobody can even conceptualize, understand, or care to acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like people might have an idea of some of the stuff you're going through, and they just want to tack it on because you know what I'm saying, like just irritate people's demons. So their demons want to keep you down and inferior as long as possible, so they can feel superior off this false sense of whatever. You being down, and everything. Like no matter how much stuff they get and how much stuff you don't have, they just don't want you to ever have it. Anything. So they're like, no matter how much stuff they have, they don't want you to have anything because you have anything irritates their demons because you can take because literally like we could take. You know what I'm saying? Like God literally took dirt and made man. You know what I'm saying? So we have that divine, creative, co-creative ability in us. So you can literally give us mud, and we will make. You know what I'm saying? And then it pisses people off. It just. Ooh, you want to piss somebody off? Just make magic out of nothing when they thought they left you in the dirt. So you over here making mud pies and selling them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like never down, never out, never down, never out. No matter what it looks like, but still human, still feel it and everything like that. Even though like no matter how down and out you are, like the lower you go is the higher. Spirit will take you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you humble yourself and acknowledge that you need spirit to get there. Holy Spirit. Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff, the juice, baby, the juice. And everything. So when you got the juice, you know what I'm saying? No matter how tight it gets, there's always something to squeeze. You know what I'm saying? It's infinite. It don't go nowhere. It's the eternal part, out of all of this nonsense and everything. And everything. It's temporary nonsense. People making long term decisions off of temporary nonsense and everything. And yeah, so I'm smiling because it's just like, okay, give me the dust, give me the dirt, give me the mud. I got the water, I got the juice, I got what it, I got the wetness. You know what I'm saying? Let me moisturize it and everything, and make magic, make patty pies. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Patty pies. Shout out to Patty LaBelle and everything. Um, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, like nothing, and nobody's gonna be able to stop it. Like they threw the sink, they threw the stove, they threw the baby and the bathwater at a lot of us to try to stop us from the inevitable. Some did not make it, not everybody will, and everything. But for those of us that like stuck to our guns and everything, and it when it got dark, just little hung on to a little light flicker and everything like that. Um, we're dreamers, man. So it's just like even when I'm on my back, I'm gonna look at the clouds. I'm like I'm gonna look at the clouds. I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'll get up when I'm ready. type of thing. Like, nobody's gonna keep me down. You know what I'm saying? And everything. That's just me, and I'm sure my collective shares the sentiment. Speaking of sentimentality, like that's the type of sentiment that's helpful. Like, you know, like nobody's gonna keep me down. I'm gonna lay here. Yeah, that's okay. God wants me to lay here for a minute. He wants me to sit down, take some seats. He says rest. You know what I'm saying? Because He'll take care of the rest and everything like that. And you have to have faith that that's the case. And everything. So, yeah, man, I know I'm retired from fighting my own battles. I don't even ever think I did, but I am, like, my personality is what it is. Like, He knows how He made me and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. I'm, you know, I'm, I'm a doer. So it's like when you're a doer, it's like, like, and you don't like, like doing stuff on people's time, or people, giving people the opportunity to even, like, mess with your stuff, and what I'm saying, that you're doing and everything like that. It's just like, it is kind of hard to let things be done for you, especially if you didn't really, what I'm saying, if you're just not used to that type of treatment, stuff being done for you, even in a spiritual sense. Like, we grow in spiritual maturity, so obviously when I was immature, like, obviously, like, as a child I was definitely covered. As a child I was covered. Like, things were done for me spiritually, and it was just kind of taken, like, for large part for granted, as a child will do, take their parent for granted. And then, so, young adulthood kicks in, learn the ways of the world, the ways of men, and stuff like that. Get very disappointed, just extremely disappointed by, the world and the ways of men and stuff like that. And then you go back to your father's house, and that's where I've been. I've been at my father's house, still there. Still there. And it's like, and I love it. I love it. Social media gives you little snapshots. It's not the full truth or nothing but it, but like, you get like little glimmers and everything. I'm seeing women all like getting their bag right, getting they glowing and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Abstinent, and everything. And I got my kids. I was gonna have kids anyways. Like, I got mine. But happy for everybody that didn't take that route. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a heavy load to bear and everything, especially when you're trying to do it the right way, and everything. People just jump to prostitution just so quick. I have to tell my oldest child's father, I'm not a prostitute. Like, why is that the easiest? Like, you could jump immediately to, like, it's wild. Like, that's not, never, ever. You know what I mean? Like, there's other things to do. Like I said, I will take dirt and water and make mud pies and sell them first before I sell my, sell my physical. Like, what I'm saying? Everybody just swear everything's for sale. And it's like, it's not. Like, you really have to be very out. Well, like, when in the world of OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I'm a fan of Jesus, so I can't do things that these other people can just do. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna look the same for me. Make a quick millie, showing your kibbles and bits and stuff like that, and then, like, they're on podcasts, considered success. Everybody listening to them just because they showed their coo and their cat and everything. And everything, going down tangents, but still, no, everybody ain't for sale. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, and then you don't get no credit for standing on it, because there's no platform that anybody cares about. Just because you have integrity, you don't got no Maybach. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's on its way. God got me. If that's what I want, that's what I'm gonna get. For in exchange for playing my role and bringing honor to the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fair exchange, I think. I don't know. I'm not, but again, yeah, not even materialistic enough to even know. I mean, like, I like good quality. I like things. I do like luxury and stuff like that, just in the purest sense, but not in, like, a brand sense of everybody likes this brand, so I like it. But I tend to naturally gravitate to good quality, materials. No, I'm not materialistic, if that makes sense. Who even cares, right? What about me? What about Bob and stuff? So we're at the 33-minute mark. All right, I think I did all right. I did all three, right? Let's recap. Just in case takes up space, flipping the script. And right now we're flipping the script, and then cheers to new chapters. You know what I'm saying? And I'm super excited for what's coming down the pike. It's not for me to know. It's just for me to grow and then show what works and share because I care and stuff like that. And that'll be that. And to be continued. You know what I'm saying? And everything. Um, Yeah, take care of yourself, be your best self. If anything helpful, you found in this, great. Like if you might, share if you care. If you got offended, great. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's a place where you can actually like look into it and see opportunities for growth potentially. You know what I'm saying? And everything. This is not a space for hate. This is just a space for just genuine, authentic love and just sharing it, letting being it happens in the world. No matter what I'm going through, I'm always going to try and share the highest level message or the best thing I can and everything like that. So cheers to that. You know what I'm saying and everything. So gonna be signing off energetically. Gonna get to the birthday festivities. Hopefully this, I don't know. I mean they've been closed the whole time, so all you see was knees. Sometimes when I watch it, like be extra expanded and stuff like that. So I don't know how much of the knees you was seeing, but we just gonna go off of that. It is what it is. But everybody have a blessed Sunday. Okay. Enjoy this eclipse. I'm so sick of them playing with this weather. Like it's funny every time we have some astrological something. It's always got to be like some rain or clouds or whatever out of nowhere. But yeah, if you're somewhere where you can see it, enjoy. I don't know what eclipse looks like. I just be feeling them. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't know what it looks like, but it's like I don't know if I was in a position like if I had like a like like someplace where you can actually see the sky and the stars at night and everything like that, then yes, I'd be very much interested in seeing all the things. But um, to those who can enjoy it, mazel tov. Like, congratulations, enjoy and stuff. But yeah, gonna be signing off. Hoping you're on the right side of the script to be flipped and everything like that. If not, also enjoy that too. It's all to your good. You gotta enjoy it and stuff. And I'm gonna be signing off. These pigeons are so strange. Anyways, bye. Oh yeah. Wait. Before I jump off, don't forget to snag your copy of "Torn Asunder: A Lifestyle of Continual Evolution," authored by your girl. My pen name is Monica Indigo Jones. Okay, so your girl Indigo still, but Monica Indigo Jones. And I will be inserting the link there, and there also too. Don't forget to get on the wait list for the upcoming book. Then the first one's an ebook, and the next one's gonna be like a book and everything. Mess to message, okay, owning your story and everything. And I also do have consultation slots and everything like that. If you want to get in there. I know people don't traditionally. I notice people don't really like promote those, but if you want a consultation or something like that, or just a dedicated slice of my energy, I guess that we more whatever. Yeah, the link will be there too. Yes, amen. So yes, did all the things, and yeah, social medias will be in there too. So yeah, everybody have a blessed Sunday, and I'm gonna be signing off in the day. Bye.